The world was stunned when rising marine biologist Kristy Brown vanished beneath the Antarctic ice, dragged down by a powerful predator. What happened in those final moments was swift, silent, terrifying. 28-year-old marine biologist Kristy Brown, young, brilliant, full of fire and curiosity, plunged into the icy waters off the Antarctic peninsula for what should have been a routine snorkeling session. She was vibrant, fearless, a rising star in the scientific community. She had spent years studying marine life, training, diving, and learning to read the sea and its secrets, but nothing in her experience could prepare her for what happened next. On July 22, 2003, Kirsty was working with the British Antarctic Survey at the Rothera Research Station on Adelaide Island. She was studying the effects of iceberg disturbance on marine ecosystems along the seabed in South Cove and Ryder Bay. It was a project she believed in, one she had dedicated years of her life to. Kirsty wasn't new to this kind of work. She held degrees from Royal Holloway College, University of London, and the University of Southampton. She had also conducted marine research in Greenland and Australia. A trained geologist, oceanographer, and certified scientific diver, Kirsty brought skill, dedication, and a rare vibrancy to every mission. She was just completing the first phase of her research, placing over 500 markers on the shallow seabed to track iceberg gouging. But before the next stage could begin, everything went horrifyingly wrong. That day, the air temperature was -8.1 degrees Celsius. Kirsty and her diving partner followed all protocols before entering the water. They wore dry suits, which use a layer of air and insulation to protect against the freezing conditions. Equipped with snorkeling gear and dive computers, the two began their survey just after 3 p.m. They swam through a thin sheet of grease ice so new it hadn't even formed proper crystals yet. Despite the harsh conditions, visibility was unusually clear up to 100 feet below. A shore party stood watch, ready to deploy a rescue boat if anything went wrong. And most importantly, no leopard seals had been spotted. BAS had a firm rule: no one dives if a seal is nearby. That rule had kept personnel safe for 30 years. Until now. Kirsty and her partner separated slightly while snorkeling, only about 15 to 20 meters apart. That's when her buddy noticed a large black shape gliding silently beneath the surface. It moved toward Kirsty. She didn't appear alarmed. Leopard seals, though curious, are not usually aggressive toward humans unless provoked. Then, out of nowhere, Kirsty screamed. A massive leopard seal lunged from below, sinking its powerful jaws into her leg. It dragged her under before her partner could react. Just like that, Kirsty was gone. The shore team immediately called for help. Her partner swam toward the spot, panic rising. Then, incredibly, Kirsty resurfaced. But the nightmare wasn't over. The leopard seal had her in its grasp, thrashing violently. On land, leopard seals are awkward and slow. But in the water, they are deadly, muscular, fast, and relentless. This one was no exception. Her partner estimated it was nearly 15 feet long, larger than most female leopard seals, and weighed close to 1,200 pounds. That's nearly 10 times Kirsty's body weight. Kirsty fought with everything she had, kicking, thrashing, struggling to break free. But it wasn't enough. The seal pulled her under again. This time, she didn't come back. For 10 unbearable minutes, the attack continued beneath the surface. Her partner dove beneath the icy water to search, finally spotting her 5 meters down, trapped in the seal's jaws. The animal released her briefly, only to clamp down again and drag her deeper. Helpless, her partner swam back to shore. The rescue boat launched immediately, but there was no sign of Kirsty. 10 agonizing minutes passed before they spotted the seal again, nearly half a mile from the attack site. It was still holding Kirsty's limp body. As the boat approached, the team feared the predator was trying to eat her. In desperation, one of them struck the seal with a shovel. It finally let go. They pulled Kirsty aboard. CPR began immediately. Back at the station, medical staff worked tirelessly for over an hour, trying everything to bring her back. But the cold, the depth, and the trauma had already taken her life. Kirsty Brown was pronounced dead. Officials quickly launched an investigation. The truth they uncovered was horrifying. Her dive computer showed she'd been dragged 230 feet, or 70 meters down. That's well beyond safe diving limits. Even if she had escaped, a rapid ascent from that depth could have caused lethal lung damage. The autopsy confirmed her cause of death: accidental drowning. But there was more: lacerations, bruises, and trauma from being gripped and thrashed by the seal. She'd suffered terribly. In response, all BAS diving operations were immediately suspended. A full safety review followed. Now, divers must observe wildlife for 30 minutes before entering the water. Boating parties are mandatory. Surface communication devices are required, and strict new protocols exist near ice edges. If you've made it this far, take a moment to honor Kirsty's memory. Like the video, share her story, and subscribe for more true accounts of courage and tragedy in the world's most extreme environments. The loss shook the entire research community. BAS Director Professor Chris Rapley said, "Kirsty was a vibrant, dynamic individual. This is tragic and shocking. She had been on the brink of a groundbreaking scientific career, full of promise, intelligence, and courage." To honor her, a nearby island in Ryder Bay was named Kirsty Island. Kirsty Brown gave her life for science, for a better understanding of the ocean and the world's most mysterious creatures. Her story is a powerful reminder of nature's raw unpredictability and the courage it takes to confront it. She had followed protocol. She had a buddy. There was medical support on site, a full-time doctor, emergency facilities. The team had done everything right. Everything except anticipating the wild. And the truth? In nature, there is no such thing as routine. Leopard seals aren't typically known to attack humans, but they are still predators, fast, unpredictable, and dangerously curious. And in the silent blue of Antarctica, curiosity can kill. Some scientists believe the seal may have mistaken Kirsty for prey, perhaps a penguin or rival seal. Others argue it was territorial behavior, but for her team, for her family, explanations offer little comfort, because what they lost wasn't just a scientist. They lost a sister, a daughter, a friend with laughter in her voice and a passion for life beneath the waves. Kirsty wasn't just studying the ice. She lived for it. She died for it. And yet, we barely speak her name. There was no international outcry, no documentaries, no mass media spotlight, just a quiet memorial and a few lines in the news. But Kirsty's death was not meaningless. It exposed how thin the line really is between research and risk, between exploration and tragedy. And it reminded us that even the brightest minds, even the best prepared, are vulnerable in the kingdom of the wild. So today, we remember Kirsty Brown, not just for how she died, but for how she lived, for her courage, her curiosity, her love for the natural world. She gave everything for knowledge, and the sea gave nothing back. Her story must not be forgotten, because sometimes the coldest waters hide the deadliest truths. But it leaves us with one question: how far should we go in the pursuit of discovery when nature is never truly under our control? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.